Yo, what is up, everyone? Back with Season 8 of the Arizona Coyotes franchise mode. This is the last one of the Arizona Coyotes, so without further ado, let's get into this YouTube video. So, the first line, we have Eeli Tolvanen, Logan Cooley, and Jake Guentzel. Then the second line, we have Lukas Reichel, Aatu Ratta, and Dylan Guenther. Then the third line, we have Barrett Hayton, Matthew Savoy, and Joey Ginla. Then the fourth line, we have Wyatt Johnston, Emil Hemming, and Mathis Maselli. Then the defense, we have Alexei and Larry McLeod. Then we have Jacob Chychrun and Anthony. Then the third line, we have Ivan Provorov and David Jiricek. Then the goaltending tandem, we have Stuart Skinner and Noah Val. You can see a lot of players need extensions, but I'm not going to worry about it because of the fact this is the last season of this franchise mode. Okay, I'm hoping to do this. Wyatt Johnston, a second and a fifth that we traded for, so it's fine to use. For, what is this guy's name? Trick Periska? What could we do? I have no idea. Like, we can't really give him this guy because they'd have more players. What if we do, though? No, that's a guy that is not playing right now. Get Yandel back. What if we just do a teeny bit of cheating and add a seventh that's not in any years? Nope. A sixth? Nope. A fifth? And they accept. So after that trade, all that happened was Trick went down to the bottom line, and hopefully that'll help us a bit more. We're at the trade deadline, and we're a couple points out of first place in our division. It's Chicago, us, Colorado, Dallas, Winnipeg, Minnesota, St. Louis, and Nashville. Whole entire league is Carolina, Ottawa, Montreal, Buffalo, Los Angeles, Anaheim, Toronto, San Jose, Chicago, Edmonton. Worst teams is Columbus, Washington, Nashville, Vegas, Pittsburgh, New Jersey, St. Louis, Minnesota, Florida, New York, and Calgary. Goals for per game. Worst is Columbus, Pittsburgh, New Jersey. Best is Buffalo, Los Angeles, Toronto. Goals against average per game. Worst is Columbus, Nashville, Calgary. Best is Ottawa, Carolina, Chicago. Now points for our team. Logan Cooley is first with 66. Then it's Eeli Tolvanen with 57. Then it's Aatu Ratta with 57 too. Then Jake Guentzel and Larry McLeod with 45, sorry. Lukas Reichel and Dylan Guenther with 40. Alexei with 36. Matthew Savoy with 35. Trick with 32. Mathis Maselli with 28. Emil Hemming with 27. Joey Ginla with 21. Barrett Hayton with 20. Jacob Chychrun with 17. David Jiricek with 16. Ivan Provorov with 15. Anthony with 9. Then for goalies, Stuart Skinner has okay numbers, but not the best. With a 27-21 record, 0 shutouts, a 904, and a 316. Noah Val has a 9-9-1 record, 0 shutouts, a 905, and a 306. Now points for everyone in the league, it's Connor Bedard with 89, then Tim Stützle with 88, Austin Matthews and Johan with 85. Then Leo Carlson and Philip with 81. Then Leon Draisaitl and Shane Wright at 80. Then Cole Caulfield, Elias Pettersson with 879. Round out your top 10 in points. Then for goals, Austin Matthews has 51. Connor Bedard has 47. Dmitry Kumatov having 45. Johan Martinson with 44. Ethan Bowie with 43. Michael Powell and Harrison has 41. Joachim Kemmel with 38. And then Kirill Kaprizov, Tim Stützle having 37 to round out your top 10 in goals. Then for defensemen, Cale Makar and Noah Dobson have 66. Rasmus Anderson with 64. Jamie Drysdale with 55. Adam Fox with 53. Philip Hronik with 51. Evan Bouchard with 49. Miro Heiskanen and Brock Faber having 48. Then Charlie McAvoy, Vince Dunn having 47 to round out your top 10 in defensemen. Then wins for starters, Connor Ingram having 39 or 36. Then Kochetkov and guy that shall not be said with 34. Akra Schmid having 31. Logan Thompson with 28, tied with Tristan Sue. Then Stuart Skinner, Lucas Distal, Philip Gustafson having 27, and Jake Ottinger having 26 under your top 10 in wins. Shutouts is Kochetkov with 6, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, Vanacek, Gabriel Degg, and Andrei Vasilevsky having 4. Then Ilya Sorokin and Schmid having 3. Save percentage for starter is Connor Ingram, tied with Tristan Sue with a 914. And then it's Tristan Jarry, which surprisingly with his numbers, having a 912. Then goals against average for starter is Connor Ingram with a 2.75. Behind him is Kochetkov with a 2.81. And then behind him is Tristan Sue with a 2.82. Rookie skaters now, we have Harrison with 59 points. Lars Nyquist with 48. Dominic with 47. Desharnais with 33. Marco with 30. Henry with 27. Phil with 26. Nolan Sanders with 23. Louis Ritta having 19. And Spencer having 18 to round out your top 10 in rookie skaters. So I don't know why it didn't, I've checked everything and it won't show anything of where that sort of file went. I'll just call it a file, even though I'm on PlayStation and just recording it off of it. But I traded for Simon Nemec, and I traded them Jacob Chikrin, but I can't find the video thing. It's not in my saved, it's nowhere. So I don't have the actual trade, but I do have the player. So sorry, I'm telling the truth, and I'm just really sorry that can't see it. So I've moved the lines up a lot. We have Atu Rata and Eli Tolvanen on the first line. Then we have Jake Getzel, Lucas Reichel, and Dylan Gunther on the second. Then the bottom is just the same. And difference we have is we have Simon Nemec on the defense, which this team is set. I think we win our first cup of this series, and the first for the Arizona Coyotes. So the Central Division was so close. Like, when I mean we were in a wild card spot after the trade deadline once, like, we were, because it was so tight. But in the Central Division, we have Chicago, Arizona, aka us, Winnipeg, Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota, St. Louis, and Nashville. The whole entire league, we have Ottawa, Buffalo, Carolina, Chicago, San Jose, Toronto, Los Angeles, Montreal, New York, and Edmonton. Then bottom we have Nashville, Columbus, Vegas, New Jersey, St. Louis, Florida, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Washington, Calgary, and Philadelphia. Goals for per game. Worst was the Devils, Panthers, and Blues. Best was Buffalo, Los Angeles, Montreal. Goals against average per game. Worst was Columbus, Nashville, Calgary. Best was Ottawa, Chicago, San Jose. So no one that would be point per game, but that first line really put some points up. So we have Logan Cooley at 78 points, Aatu Ratta with 75, Eli Tolvanen with 73, Dylan Guenther with 56, Jake Getzel and Larry McLeod at 54, Lucas Reichel with 51, Alexei with 47, Simon Nemec with a couple, and it looks like for him, Simon Nemec had 8 points with us. He was on the top line, which could have had bid more, but whatever. But Simon Nemec has 46, Trick with 44, Matthew Savoy with 43, Emil Hemming with, and Mathis Maselli having 36, Barrett Hayden having 28, Joe Ginla with 27, David Jirchek with 19, Ivan Provorov with 18, Anthony with 13. Then goalies, Stuart Skinner put up better numbers, having a 37, 27, and 1 record, 1 shutout, a flat-out 900 save percentage, and a 3.29 goals against. Then Noah Val has a 11, 10, and 0 record, 1 shutout, a 914, and a 282. Now for the whole entire league for goals is Connor Bedard with 127, Johan with 117, Stützle with 115, McDavid and Phillip with 109, Draisaitl with 106, Austin Matthews with Draisaitl with 107, Matthews with 106, Kamel with 105, Cole Caulfield with 103, Kevin Fiala with 101, Kirill Kaprizov with 100 to round out your top 10 in points. Then for goals, we have 3 60 goal guys. We have Connor Bedard with 68, Austin Matthews with 63, Johan with 62, Ethan Bowie with 59, Kamel with 45, I can't say numbers, 54, Dmitry Kumakov with 53, Harrison with 51, Michael Powell with 49, David Pastrnak with 48, and Tim Stützle with 47 round out your top 10 in goals. Then for defensemen, we have Cale Makar at 90 points, Rasmus Anderson with 87, Adam Fox with 79, Noah Dobson with 77, Jamie Drysdale with 72, Evan Bouchard with 69, Forsling with 67, Charlie McAvoy with 66, Vince Dunn, Philip Hronik having 64 to round out your top 10 in defensemen. Then wins for goaltenders, we have Connor Ingram with 50, Tristan Sue and Kochekov with 41. Guy that shall not be said with 49 or 39. Philip Gustafson and Schmid having 38. Skinner and Thompson with 37. And Dostal Ottinger having 33 to round out your top 10 in wins. Shutouts is, wow, a lot of shutouts. So Kochekov with 7, Vanacek with 6, Gabriel Degg with 5, then Vasilevsky, Sue, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen having 4. Then save percentage for starter is Sue with a 115, tied with Connor Ingram. And the next starter is, just looking, is Gustafson with a 912. Then goals against average for starter is Ingram with a 2.71. Behind him is Gustafson with a 2.72. Then behind him is Tristan Sue with a 2.79. Now we're going against a division rival, and it's the Winnipeg Jets. So they have a pretty good team. I'd say ours is better, but they have Kyle Connor, Marco Rossi, and Nikolai Ehlers on the first line. Then Philip Zadina, Cole Perfetti, and Thomas Hurdle on the second. Then Eric Robinson, Brad Lamberg, and Trey Fix, however you say the rest of his last name, on the third line. Then Holmberg, David Kempe, and Rasmus on the fourth line, which their bottom six is not good. Then for defensemen, they have Josh Morrissey and Neil Pionk. Then Dmitry Kuzmin and Adam Pelech. Then Cooper Bruce and Damian Hunt, which not a good defense. Then for goaltending, they have Dominic and Connor Hellebuck, which are both 87. I think we blow them out of the water. So we know what to do, sim 4 games and hope for the best. So we lose game 1, we win game 2, we win game 3, and we win game 4. Going to game 5. We lose game 5, going to game 6. We win game 6. So we're going against a pretty solid team, the Colorado Avalanche, which have a pretty good team, but I don't know if they're as good as us. So they have Gabriel Landeskog, Kirby Dach, and Nathan McKinnon on the first line. Then Bobby Brink, Ross Colton, and I have never been able to say his name, but it's like Nikushin or whatever. I've never been able to say his name, but on the second line. Then the third line, they have Liam Foudy, Blake Lizotte, and Luke. I can't say a lot of players' names, like Luke Evangelista. I believe I've said it right. Then for the fourth line, they have Leonard Goalie, Oliver, and Oscar. Goaltending, they have Samuel Gerard, Cale Makar, Blake Doughty, Tupas, Ulif Madun, and Dennis. Then goalies, they have Samuel Arison and Alexander Georgiev. So we know what to do, sim 4 games and hope for the best. We win game 1. We almost sweep them, winning game 1, 2, and 3, but losing game 4. Going to game 5. We win game 5. So the next team is actually what we're on right now. We're going against the Anaheim Ducks. So the first line, they have Trevor Zegras, Leo Carlson, and Troy Terry. Then the second line, they have Logan O'Connor, Thomas Novak, and Jake DeBrusk. Then the third line we have Alex Turcotte, Thomas and Tristan Robbins, sorry. Then the fourth line they have Simon, Riley Kidney, and Igor Sokolov, I believe is how you say it. Defense, they have Pavel Mintikov, Olin Zellweger, Cam York, and Keandre Miller. Third line, they have Tristan and William Borgen. Then goaltending, they have guys shall not be named, and Drew. So for the third time, we know what to do: sim 4 games and hope for the best. We almost sweep them again, winning game 1 to 3, and they win game 4. Go into game 5, and we win in game 5. Now the last team we're going against is the Toronto Maple Leafs. And they got rid of Matthews. Oh yeah, I forgot that. But they have William Nylander, Nicholas Robertson, and Mitchell Marner. Then the second line, they have Joel Farabee, Isaac Lindstrom, sorry about that, and Matthew Knies. Then the third line, they have Slafkovsky, Connor Geekie, and Klim Kostin. Then the fourth line, they have Ryan McLeod, Tyler Jost, and Paul Cotter. Defense, they have Bo Byron, Timothy Liljegren, Philip Broberg, Caden Gooley, Jake McCabe, and Leslie Thompson. Then goaltending, they have Logan Thompson and Dan Vladard. So, we're going to sim 4 games and hope for the best. We go 2-2. Go into game 5. We lose game 5. Go into game 6. And we lose in game 6. That's a tough one. I mean, that was a hell of a way to go out in this last season. The longest playoff run we've done. But still couldn't get into the playoffs. Or couldn't get into the actual cup. I don't even know what I'm talking about. So we know our run, so I'll just say Toronto's. So Toronto went against Buffalo, then against Boston, then New York, and then us to win. It's Toronto that has 3 in the last 5 years. Then President's Trophy goes to Ottawa, and then we know the Campbell Bell and all that. So Art Ross goes to Connor Bedard. Hart goes to Timmy Stew. James Norris goes to Rasmus Dahlin. Lady Byng goes to Kamel. Calder goes to Harrison. Conn Smythe goes to William Nylander. Connor Ingram gets the Vezina and the William Jennings. Then Elliott gets the Bill Masterton. Jack Adams goes to New York Rangers coach, which it should have gone to us. Like, come on. Frank Selke goes to Matthews. Ted Lindsay goes to Stutzla. And Maurice Richard goes to Connor Bedard. I hope you guys like this Arizona Coyotes franchise mode. I will do the Anaheim Ducks next time because I said I'd go alphabetical order. Forgot about the Ducks, so whoop-de-doo. I'll do them. And I'll see you guys in the next one.